and welcome to day 3 of this workshop and webinar in coding program. So today we are going to learn something very different, something very new. So day 3, the agenda comprises of these three multiple things, which is number 1, graphic creation and checklist. Number 2, graphic elements and the structure. And number 3, we are going to also give you a tutorial for a tool which is named Canva, on which you can create your graphics. So let's move with the affirmation. So the affirmation says that I think out of the box and color outside of the lines. So this designing is such a vast and creative element that there is no boundary to it. So this affirmation says that you also need to think out of the box. Let's not just copy paste from somebody who is doing good, but you have to put your own creative elements, and that is how you're going to create something new. So this affirmation is really going to take something out of your heart and tell you that, yes, you have to do something new. So think out of the box, color out the lines, and make something new. Moving forward, what are the graphic creation checklist? What all things you should be doing and keeping in mind while creating some graphics? So we are giving you some pointers, correct? So what are the pointers? Make sure your graphic what doesn't merge with the color and the background with the platform. Now I'll tell you here, there should be only 3 colors max to be used in one graphic. Mind it, max 3 colors and max 2 fonts. See, these tools provide you a number of options to use the fonts and the background colors, and there are no options, no limitations to it. But for a good graphic, the max color you should be using is 3, and the max font you should be using is 2. So maybe one font for the headlines and other font for the text, other text. Or maybe you can create a body and the CTA should be in a different kind of a font. So mind it, your graphic should be not merging with the colors in the background, and that is why this is very important. Now, since we all are human beings and we love to see things which are visually appealing, so you have to make this as catchy as possible. Number 3, you should be having a CTA. CTA is call to action, because after seeing the graphics, what do you want your customers to take action? So that is what a CTA is important. Now, I have seen a lot of people making graphics and they put a lot of text inside because, size is limited. One graphic size, if I talk about a platform like Instagram and Facebook, the size is limited. So you don't have to just bombard everything with a text which is not readable or something like that. So you have to keep little text so that people are easily able to read and see and they feel good, right? So make it as clear and crisp. Number 4 is using a high resolution image. So there are sites on which you can get high resolution images. You don't need to buy. On whatever tool we are going to talk about, that also tool gives you some high resolution images because the clarity needs to be there. And for normal graphics, the size should be 1080 by 1080 pixels. So mind it, these are some of the key points which you have to keep in mind before making a graphics. Now, moving forward, these are some of the examples. So see what kind of a graphics we have made for our own social media content. There is a photo, there are some text, and there is some call to action. There is a logo because branding is obviously required. These are the few examples, and we have also gathered few examples from obviously other resources, wherein you can see the fundamentals remain the same. The message becomes very clear, right? So somebody is there talking about a particular headline, then there are sub-headlines, call to action, and then there is a photo and obviously a logo, right? So you can see a lot of things like that. Few examples again. And now, as we said, that these are these 5 elements which you need to take care. Number 1 is the logo. Number 2 is the hook. Number 3, your photograph, your name, and the call to action button, right? So these are the 5 elements which you should be keeping in mind and putting in that graphic content. Now, just to give you an example, what all things I mean. Logo, you very well understand what you mean by a logo. A hook means why people would be engaging with your content. Then your photo, your name, and your company's name, your call to action, and maybe you can put your digital name like your website or your Insta handle or something like that. So, but it should be neat, clear, and visible. People should not be having trouble and poking their eyes into the content to see what's written on that, right? So this should be very clear, very neat, I would say. Now here I'm going to give you the tutorial. So Canva tutorial I'm going to give you so that you can start creating your own graphic on this particular tool. So this video is all about that. So go through this video, and once you see this video, you'll be able to make a graphic. Basically, you'll be starting to make simple graphics, and as and when you start practicing more on this tool, you'll be able to create, because there are a lot of options given in this tool, and it's really a fantastic tool, I would say, right? So this tool would be given to you separately as well. Now, the homework for you to create graphics. So you have to create 2 graphics for your invitation poster. So you have to create a graphic in which the purpose, the objective is to invite someone on your, let's say, on your social media channel, or you want to make them to like or subscribe or something like that. That should be the objective. And keeping in mind that objective, you have to create this 2 graphics. Maybe you can create one for Facebook and Insta, because the size, as we said, is 1080 by 1080 pixel, right? So you can create that. And if you want to create, a graphic for your YouTube or LinkedIn, then the pixel size becomes 1920 into 720 or something like that. So this tool also gives you flexibility to choose, because the sizes are pre-defined and pre-mentioned. So that's it in this day 3. Looking forward to see you for the day 4, and keep making these graphics once you learn that.